The other thing he writes about is intuition,
Mm.
that you need to trust your instincts and intuition. That's a very Rick Rubin thing to say. But so what percent of your decision making is intuition, and what percent is through rigorous, careful analysis, would you
I think
say?
it's both. It's like trust but verify,
Yeah.
I think I think that's also where age and experience comes into play, because I think you always have sort of a gut instinct, but I think intuition, like well-honed intuition, comes from a place of accumulated knowledge, right? So oftentimes when you feel really strongly about something, it's because you've been there, like you know what's right. Or on a personal level, if you're acting in accordance with your core values, it just feels good. And even if it would be the right decision for others, if you're acting outside of your sort of integrity or core values, it doesn't feel good. And it, your intuition will signal that to you. You'll never be comfortable. So I think because of that, I start oftentimes with my intuition, and then I put it through like a rigorous test of whether that is in fact true. But very seldom do I go against what my initial instinct was. Not at least at this point in my life.
Yeah, I had actually a discussion yesterday with a big time business owner, investor, who's talking about being impulsive and following that. Like
Yeah.
on a phone call, shifting like the entire everything, like giving away a very large amounts of money and moving it in another direction on an impulse, making a promise that he can't at that time deliver, but knows if he works hard, he'll
Mhm.
deliver, and all doing following that impulsive
Yeah.
feeling. And he said now that he has a family, that probably some of that impulse is quieted down a little bit. He's more rational and thoughtful and so on, but wonders whether it's sometimes good to just be impulsive and to
Yeah.
just trust your gut and just go with it. Don't deliberate too long, because then you won't do it. It's interesting. It's the confidence and stupidity maybe of youth that leads to some of the greatest breakthroughs, and
Yeah.
it's like there's a cost to wisdom and deliberation.
There is, but I actually think in this case, as you get older, you may act less impulsively, but I think you're more like attuned with. You have more experience, so your gut is like more well honed.
Yeah, yeah,
So
sure.
your instincts are more well honed. I think I found that to be true for me.
Hmm.
It doesn't feel as like reckless.